Subhash Chandra Bose Pillai.
Honorable Chairman, sir, as we begin this session of Parliament today, I raise on behalf of the YSR Congress Party and on behalf of our leader, Sri Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu, to extend a warm and respectful welcome to you as the 15th Vice President of India and the Chairman of Rajya Sabha. It is a privilege for all members to commence this session under your leadership, which brings both experience and dignity to this constitutional office. Sir, your journey from the cultural heartlands of Tamil Nadu to the second highest constitutional office of our Republic reflects the depth of India's democratic paradise. Your long commitment to public life, your organizational experiences spanning decades, and your exemplary conduct across varied constitutional roles makes you as one of the most seasoned statesmen of our time. You are carried with the values of discipline, humility, and ideological clarity that shaped your early years. From your long association with national organizations to your experience in Parliament, your life stands as an example of consistency, integrity, and a deep respect for constitutional boundaries. These qualities are invaluable for the role of Chairman of the Council of State. Sir, the Rajya Sabha is merely legislative chamber. It is the custodian of the federal balance, a platform where the aspirations of states coverage with the national vision. Your recent responsibilities as governor, whether in Jharkhand, Maharashtra, or through additional charges of Telangana and Pondicherry, demonstrated your ability to uphold the constitutional propriety even during the challenging political circumstances. We, in the YSR Congress Party, representing the people of Andhra Pradesh, place great value on this respect of federal norms. Our state has always cherished cooperative federalism, and we see your leadership, the reassurance that the concerns of states, large and small, will receive fair, dignified, and patient hearing in this House. I once again, on behalf of my party and the people we represent, extend our warmest good wishes for your tenure. We are all confident that your guidance, the Rajya Sabha, will continue to function with dignity, decorum, and spirit of the constructive deliberation. We assure you that YSR Congress Party will continue to play a responsible, positive, and issue-focused role in the House, contributing the debates with sincerity and supporting all measures that advance the nation's development.
Minister would be kind enough to sanction the same. Let us remember the original Disaster Management Act 2005, which stands to be amended today, as created against the saddening backdrop of the Odisha super cyclone from 1999 and the Gujarat earthquake in 2001 and the Indian Ocean tsunami in 2004, and such tragedies that spoke loud that as a country, we were not prepared for the fight against the natural disasters. Today, as we stand at the end of the year with the several such tragedies, the floods in Vijayawada in my hometown of Andhra Pradesh, the landslides of Wayanad, Kerala, and the several more. There is no better time for us to take the responsibility of this issue and move a button forward. In that light, I appreciate the broadened mandate given to the national and the state disaster management authorities by this proposal legislative amendment, making the NDMA and the SDMA responsible for the preparation of disaster management plans at the national and the state level instead of existing system is a welcome change, allowing the NDMA specify its own staffing need along with the ability to appoint the experts where necessary. It's a greatly appreciated. it is also noteworthy that the bill is sensitive to the differential needs of the disaster handling in the urban and non-urban settings. To the end, I include the Urban Disaster Management Authority in noteworthy achievements. However, there are few shortcomings in these arrangements. Despite devolution of responsibilities at the local level, there is no clear promise or the metric for the devolution of resources to the UDMAs that are newly constituted. This can lead to the hollow promise, creating the toothless institutions that fail to provide the support with necessary. I hope this can be rectified or clarified. Ma'am, efficient resource mobility is most crucial aspect of the disaster situation, where especially time is of essence. Speed and agility is response could have saved the dozens of lives back at Vijayawada, where at least 45 precious lives were lost. Departments such as irrigation, home and revenue and the other like that of the stack in the mitigation damage were mobilized much delayed, leading to the aggravation of suffering. A robust action plan and the alert, agile response was needed for the hour, and this was not meant due to the negligence of the current state government of Andhra Pradesh. In that regard, I appreciate the bill mandating the state disaster response force for the specialist response during the disaster situation, granting the ambit to determine the functions, terms of service and the duties of SDFR to the state is also appreciated in spirit of federalism. It would be advisable to have a non-binding model document with the minimum best standards that can be used by the country to access the preparedness of their states. I would also appreciate the national and the state level disaster database that are intended to be established. The data collection has been given the importance throughout the bill. With today's predictive algorithms and the advancing technology in the climate risk mitigation, I also sure that these data sets, if collected and stored systematically, it can be assets for the future. I hope, however, the clear instructions are provided to the various departments that may be concerned at the ground level and to coordinate with the nodal officers in charge of the database at the district and the urban DMA level to collate and the process and store such information as the fundamental base of the data pipeline.
नहीं मैडम रिकॉर्ड में नहीं जाएगा इनको मुझे
प्लीज बैठिए माननीय सदस्य आप कंप्लीट करिए
It is a high time we recognize the disaster relief mitigation and the right to move on this life with the fair compensation and the support for the life. Property and the livelihood are not just the moral rights but should also become the legal rights in the welfare state like ours. We saw in the Vijayawada how when valuation of the losses were left on the whims of the state government, affected persons got very minimal and much relief. That cover a little on the comparison with the financial cost of the disaster that take place in their lives. Finally, ma'am, I appeal to time ahead as well as all of us today to bring the mechanism of the mandatory periodic reviews of the preparedness and the hazardous of geospecific technology and deploying the predictive algorithm assessment for the mapping
please conclude
foreseeing risk. I recommend
Please
the
बैठिए, आप सभी बैठिए,
mandatory
please बैठिए.
for the high risk areas and the pre-prepared buffers such as alternative hours and stocking relief material resource and the like arrangements and the local body levels are immediately
माननीय
mobilized
सदस्य
during the disasters.
श्रीरंगप्पा बारने जी
As I conclude, I hope this bill can be strengthened within the above mentioned suggestions, made more decentralized, not just administrative responsibilities but also
Manya
capacity and the powers,
Sabhapati
and
Mohoday.
that the disaster relief can be finally made legal right for the
भारत में आपका
with these suggestions
प्रबंधन के
I
क्षेत्र में
support this bill.